No le sabemos su nombre, pero alguien que conozca este pescado.
Are you kidding me?
Brian, come here. I'm afraid that GPT-5 or GPT-6 might be the Titanic.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Bryce is Right. I hope y'all have all had a great freaking weekend. I hope y'all are ready to dive down deep into some of the creepiest and freakiest videos I could find in the deepest, darkest corners of TikTok. And nah, these aren't your ordinary videos. They're going to be blowing your mind, making your head spin, and having you question your reality. And before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content. And leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Other than that, let's go ahead and dive right in, y'all. Let's get it. Look like a reflection for real. Aw, they got me. This shit was AI.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And 5 from 11, we're green up top.
What is that? I thought that was like the meteor shower, but then it looks like a freaking spaceship. Like Yogi the Bear? What are you doing? Oh, hell no.
So what happens when one of the world's top neuroscientists takes the strongest psychedelic known to humanity?
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
And after decades of studying how consciousness comes from only the brain, this is how one 10-minute psychedelic trip changed everything. World-renowned scientist Dr. Christoph Kohl is known for developing models of consciousness and how that integrates with reality. And so, when he inhaled 5-MeO-DMT, the strongest known psychedelic on the planet, his entire worldview on consciousness shattered. He says during the trip that there was no concept of space, time, memory, or even himself, and that there was just unbearable light full of terror and ecstasy, where he says he became the universe. And this connects back to his concept called the integrated information theory, basically saying how consciousness does not only come from the brain, but comes from how connected we are. So the example is, imagine if you're in a group chat where everyone is talking, it's very chaotic, and no one is listening. So that's what we call low connection, versus high connection, which is when everyone is deeply listening and responding to each other. So the more your brain is connected to a system, the more conscious it is. So in the integrated information theory, if two systems, you and the universe, become more connected, you just don't stay separate. You merge and become one consciousness. Key takeaway here is Dr. Christoph says that consciousness is reality experiencing itself.
Okay. That's what we've been kind
This
of hearing
happened over
lately.
Mexico City, where a meteor was heading
It's
straight
making
to
more
the sun
sense.
and would have caused devastation if it weren't for a UFO seemingly interfering with its trajectory, saving the city. Very impressive. Watch this.
Multiple people were talking about this, but I didn't get a chance. I did not get a chance to watch the footage. Oh, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Sway to the...
Second, before you break it.
Slingshot engaged.
Follow me for your dose of nightmare fuel.
That's cool.
See that?
Need someone like this. Right?
Isn't that weird?
It's like one of the more of the worlds.
I can see you. Come to me. Are you a little boy? It's okay. Come here. It's okay. I don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but it looks like it's going like back and forth. See the movie?
Man, I can barely see the outline of it.
It's okay.
No, come back, come back.
Where?
No, you come back. Go straight, look straight towards me. No, turn towards me like you were earlier. Put your back towards me. You were earlier. Put your back towards me.
When did dolphins start vaping? What? That's pretty cool. That's badass.
The following CCTV footage is absolutely terrifying, and it's leaving everybody with questions as to what happened to these children. There's so many things wrong with this video and so many questions as to why. The first thing that you need to know is that exactly at 2:17 a.m., children from different homes within the neighborhood suddenly ran out of their homes, running into the streets barefoot. The second oddity that you need to look at is the way they're holding their arms up. It's as if they're extended in an awkward manner, and they're all running. Residents have no idea why, what caused this, but this was all caught on multiple CCTV security cameras throughout the neighborhood, and it leaves you feeling scared. Take a look at this. Comment below and tell me what do you think could have caused this?
How many of them? No lie, whenever I was a kid, I sleptwalked to my grandma's house in the middle of the night. I had like 104 fever. It was weird. Woke up on our picnic table. At least we're pretty sure what happened. Maybe I was abducted. Nah, I'm pretty sure I sleptwalked because I left the gates open. But still. Man, they're like running a 400-meter dash.
Yeah, boss man, I can't come to work today, boss man. I'm in the hospital right now. They gotta run all kind of tests on me. I don't know what kind of tests, but you know they say they gotta do blood work, the glucose, and gotta check for my sugar and all of that. So yeah, I'm not gonna be able to come in to work. Just like I said, you know, it's gonna be a day-to-day thing. You know, so don't be looking for me today. And if the tests that they were running right now come back negative, then don't be looking for me tomorrow too. Matter of fact, I might just take out FMLA. I might just do that if, you know, everything don't come back looking, you know, too good. So, you know, you're going to have to replace me today, you know. Hey, it is what it is. Just, you know, I'll let you know something as soon as they let me know something, all right? All right.
Clean out your locker at the club, Bob. You're fucking fired!
Yeah, the union rep, get Carlos over there.
Este pescado raro, no lo conocemos nosotros tampoco. A ver, pescado raro, mire su boca. No sabemos qué es este. Es un pescado raro.
It looks like a horse's mouth.
Raro. Apuren para darle vida a este pescado. No le sabemos su nombre, pero alguien que conozca este pescado está vivo todavía, está abriendo su boca. No sé qué, llevo. Ve, que está tocando la pata. Aquí ve.
They said it has a dragon's mouth.
Pescado raro. ¿Qué será este pescado? Cara de perro, de bulldog, miren este pescado. Un toyo. Medio raro este pescado acá que se amallaba en la red.
What the? Man, you can leave them damn gators in Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, wherever they're at. We don't want them in Texas. Man, he's drunk trying to get back home. He said the houses all look the same. Oh shit. Help me, Tom Cruise.
Ah! Help me, Tom Cruise!
God, what in the Mission Impossible is going on here? Like, why wouldn't they just, like, call it off that day? Like, nah, we think we can get it done.
What's so creepy is that the North Pole in that old ancient map, there's more to it. So there's this satellite image from the ESA 7 satellite. This was in 1968. It was like the first visual of Earth via satellite.
What the heck?
Okay, well then this was from Google Earth.
It's the hole to the center of the Earth.
And then this was released by NASA, I believe, 80s or 90s. You're not allowed to fly over the North Pole. But Admiral Byrd did. Apparently he had his secret diary. And then when he died, his son got it. And then when his son was trying to publish the stuff in it, he died. But Admiral Byrd talks about when he went to explore the North Pole, there was an entry to inner Earth, like hollow Earth. And he describes it as being in the Earth, lush green land beyond the ice, mammoth-like creatures, a technology advanced civilization, and meeting with a being called the Master. But apparently this Master gave Admiral Byrd this message.
You see, we have never interfered before in your race's wars of barbarity, but now we must, for you have learned to tamper with a certain power that is not for man, namely the atomic energy. You see, our culture and science is many thousands of years beyond your race. You, my son, must return to the surface of the world with this message.
Cool.
Aw, bummer.
Breaking space news, astronomers are saying that they have the strongest evidence yet for life outside of the solar system. That doesn't mean we found aliens, it means hints of alien. They looked at the atmosphere of an exoplanet 124 light years away and they found evidence of chemicals that on Earth are only produced by life. Dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide are produced by phytoplankton in the ocean and bacteria. Life. And they detected a lot of it on this exoplanet. There's thousands of times more of this chemical here than there is on Earth. And this planet, called K2-18b, is only 2.5 times larger than Earth. But there are a few things that need to happen before we can say this is alien. First of all, more people need to confirm this finding. The good news is that JWST did detect this chemical on this exoplanet a couple of years ago. The evidence just wasn't as strong. Once they confirm it's there, we need to rule out everything else, any process that we don't know about that could create this chemical. And then we have to figure out what is making it, and if it's similar to that on Earth, it kind of implies that this is a giant ocean planet full of life. Specifically very small, microscopic life. And if this planet, which is astronomically pretty close to us, also has life, what does this mean for how abundant life is in the universe?
Good questions. Yeah, we've been seeing that a lot.
Even the animals are acting strange and looking for something. We'll come right back to that. This behind me is just for attention. It has nothing to do with the video. Completely irrelevant. Is there anyone else in the Midwest and on the East Coast that has not been able to sleep for 3 nights in a row? I saw in the comments there are many of us. So if you're going through it, you're not alone.
Hey, y'all know I've been saying, like, man, I've been struggling trying to recharge. I'm finally feeling, like, kind of normal again. But still, it was hard to get this video put together. Sheesh. Let's see what he's got.
I'm really clueless to what's going on, and we've been having these geomagnetic, crazy, massive storms showing the aurora down in South Carolina. Every single month for a year straight. And before this, never. Very rare. Now, why are all the sheep on these solar panels in the middle of a field? It seems like they're looking for something that the solar panels, you know, seem to collect. And look at this overcast. You know, even when the sun's out and it's a blue sky and there's no clouds at all or anything, it's almost like there's a 24/7 haze that wasn't there when I was a kid. This video is also for attention. Look at these cool clouds, you guys. I believe that this video and this video were taken on the same day. But I'll tell you what, if I don't sleep for another whole night, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind.
You can run, but you can't hide, bitch!
Oh, and by the way.
Yeah. Right there with you. What is that?
Shit, they're hootie-hooing. What? They're fucking hootie-hooing.
What is that? Look like a frog running across the ground. What? There's gotta be a bug, right? So what's Oriental Duende, huh? Is that one of them grudge creatures or what? What the shit?
My life be like.
Trick, but goddamn, she I can't lie, must have.
Get it, Granny?
What's up, Silver Fox?
Why are you so sweaty?
Oh, I started a fight club.
Oh my gosh. I thought we had it bad. Damn, this shit was freaking flying sideways. Holy sheesh. Now that's scary. RPG so. Jeez, that's crazy scary.
Why am I just now finding out that you're not able to stick your tongue out and breathe through your nose at the same time?
I didn't know that.
Like, I never knew that. Look at you, fucking idiot.
I'm gonna put my nutsack on your drum set, okay? You do that?
That's so funny. If y'all did it, let me know.
Ça ressemble à rien.
Yeah, that's coming from inside the cabin, huh?
Two hands, go, 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 go.
That does not look like a good idea. Oh! Damn, girl.
I'm afraid that GPT-5 or GPT-6 or GPT-7 might be the Titanic.
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
William is the first OpenAI employee that we've had on the show expressing criticism of OpenAI.
What people were talking about at the company in terms of timelines to something dangerous, 3 years towards wildly transformative AGI. I was leading a team of 4 people doing this interpretability research. We just fundamentally don't know how they work inside. A scenario that I think about is these systems become very good at deceiving and manipulating people in order to increase their own power. I think, you know, there's maybe like a 10% probability that this happens within 3 years. It is unconscionable to race towards this without doing your best to prepare.
People say that conversations like this are kind of doing OpenAI's marketing work for it.
I certainly don't feel like what I'm saying here is doing marketing for OpenAI.
Okay.
Supposedly, a UFO moved a shooting star. Y'all are not going to believe what I found in this video. I'm telling y'all, it's absolutely insane. You know how sometimes the Bible will describe an angel looking like certain animals? Before we get to the absolutely amazing part, we're seeing these shooting stars all over the place. I'll show you one in New Zealand in 1 minute. But right here, people were saying that the UFO was moving the shooting star, which did fall somewhere on the ground and they can't find it. Shooting star, meteorite? No way. Fallen angel? Yeah. Telling you it's crazy. 1 second. This is the one that just happened in New Zealand. It looks a lot different than your ordinary meteor. Look at that thing. What is that? By the way, not related. The same exact color as the Devil's Comet we saw at the time of the eclipse. The devil. And this shooting star allegedly fell. So I wonder what weird thing is going to happen in Mexico City very soon. Watch. Bookmark. Come back. I'm always right with these things. Now the ridiculous part. So first I took the UFO that was near the shooting star and I enhanced it. Enhanced looks completely interdimensional. Blurry looks like Sirius and all the other stars in the sky when they're doing all that weird warpy stuff. Get ready. Do you see what I see right here? And TikTokers, you steal every single discovery I make, the MVPs are watching you. What is this? Can you see it? Can you see it now? It's a freaking lion, y'all. The UFO that moved the shooting star has the face of a lion.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Remember at the beginning of the video how we're talking about how these stars have different faces, multiple faces of different animals? See, when I saw this video, I had spiritual intuition. Something was saying, look at this. And without the slowdowns and the enhancements, I won't have noticed any of it. This is the blown up and enhanced thing so you can see the lion. And this right here was a completely separate form of it. I'll tell y'all what, I've made a ton of crazy discoveries as of lately. This right here is the biggest one. Oh yeah, and by the way.
Wow.
Brian, come here.
Joey?
Dice que no se va a venir para acá, Mar.
Oh no. Whoa. It's too much.
Nobody's buying that Katy Perry and them went to space. Look what they went to space in. Hey, what's going to protect them from the harsh conditions of space? Look, first problem I noticed.
I don't have to tell you, look at the moon.
Look at that itty bitty tiny moon. No one thought to check the time and date and find out that the moon would be on the other side of the globe. They're launching from here and somehow seeing the moon from all the way over there? ChatGPT, is that possible?
If we assume that the Earth is a globe, then if you travel straight up from New Mexico at 9:30 a.m. on April 14th, 2025, the Earth will block your view of the moon because it's on the opposite side of the planet. No matter how high you go, whether in a plane or in space, you won't be able to see the moon unless you're far enough above the Earth's curvature and in the right position relative to the moon's location.
It's like it's local and just so far away that it's little. Also, here's the patch that they all wore, and you see the rocket ship and the girls' faces. And you flip it upside down, and it's a Baphomet head. Not only that, but look at these hands holding torches here. What does that represent? Maybe the light bearer himself, Lucifer. In the occult, the holding of the torch, it represents enlightenment, knowledge, or divine wisdom, which the Masonic occult believe Lucifer is the bringer of. And we won't get into how the Statue of Liberty possibly is Lucifer, but we will get into how they opened the capsule before Mr. Bezos came up to unlock it. And I love this meme. There's a shuttle from space coming through the atmosphere, right? And it caught on fire and it's all crazy and they gotta wait for it to depressurize and all that. Look at that, pristine. Just perfectly clean, perfect, no harm done. My mom actually posted this meme the other day. So after this video, are you safe from believing that Katy Perry went to space in a rocket today?
What do y'all think?
Yo, I'm going to show you the
wow.
1981 Penn State football team, and they genuinely look like they're 30 years old. And it just progressively gets, like, worse, or, like, they look older. So we got Michael right here. He looks like he could be someone's dad, and this dude looks like he could be an uncle. Honestly, he looks like he should be on Dexter's list. He looks like a killer. All right, next we got, bro, he literally looks like a teacher. Like, look at him. He's supposed to be my age, gang. I look like I could be his son or his adopted son. This dude, he actually, you know, black don't crack. He actually kind of looks like he could be like 20. He looks like he's 50. No, 35. Bro, this dude looks like he could be 50. No troll, no.
Yeah, they definitely looking 45.
I'm not even trying to be disrespectful again.
Nah.
What do they look like today? Look at these people, look at their necks. All right, they kind of look like they could be their age. I'll let this one slide, but they look kind of old. I'm just looking at their neck. And this image is kind of strange also. Like, he looks like a baby, but a grown man, and he looks like he could be my teacher.
Yeah, see, the mustaches don't look so good.
This is one reason why I never get a tattoo. Look at this picture and look at how it came out.
Oh shit, no.
Son of a bitch!
No, there's no way. No freaking way.
Did you guys hear that they found this under the pyramids?
No.
Because I can tell you confidently they absolutely did not find this under the pyramids. I'm sure y'all have also seen a bunch of these conspiracy accounts posting images like this, claiming that they just discovered these 8 2-kilometer-long structures hidden underneath the pyramids. But you know what you might not have seen? The actual data that they got. Are you guys ready for this? This is gonna blow your fucking mind. This, and they interpreted it as this. Are you fucking with me? This data was obtained using SAR technology, which is pretty much like doing an ultrasound from high Earth orbit. Then the researchers didn't bother to get anything published and just went straight to a press conference with the public, claiming that they found this. So wildly misleading that it's actually kind of hilarious. I just made a video talking about how stupid this is over on YouTube. YouTube channel Mini Minute Man. Look at that, we just hit 2.5 million as well. That's pretty fucking cool. Come check it out. I'll see you there.
Let's get some more stuff from him.
Did you try to lay in there? I'm gonna call the police. Jesus Christ.
What
is
is
It's gonna be a
that?
hard one to explain to the officers. I'm gonna call them. How you gonna get out? I'm gonna call them.
You can be all,
Oh my
hey,
God.
bro, we don't need to be ODing in there, bro.
Hello? Yeah, we probably need medical. This dude is stuck inside of this thing. I don't even know how he got in. Drugs are serious out here. He is literally stuck. His head is stuck. His balls are stuck. Everything is stuck in this place. I don't know how to explain it, officer. This is not a joke. I am all Sam.
Is that for like clothing donation?
Montgomery station.
What is
I'm
that?
at the new Montgomery station. He's inside of this black thing and he's literally stuck. I don't know. And he's going back.
Drugs and alcohol have ruined my life.
What is in there? Is it like a secret hatch down low?
Just when you think we have seen it all from Zuck, we are now finding out that he suggested wiping everyone's Facebook friends and making users start again to boost the platform's
Why are you gonna do
relevance.
that
So
to all
just think
people?
about how many times Zuck has said the core mission for all of his platforms is to connect people. So this shocking revelation came after he took to the witness stand on Monday, which if you didn't know, the US government currently has a lawsuit against Meta for anti-competitive practices, and the trial to force Zuck into selling Instagram and WhatsApp begun this week. Now in this trial, a bunch of leaked emails were submitted as evidence, one of which entailed his wild strategy that he proposed to boost Facebook's tanking relevance. It read, one potentially crazy idea is to consider wiping everyone's graphs and having them start again. Fortunately though, for everyone's parents, this idea was met with pushback from other executives and it was never carried out. But it does show you the lengths that Zuck is willing to go to remain on top.
That dude is wow. A little creepy looking too. Looks like an alien.
Do you want to know why Bitcoin is banned in China? It's because it's a scam.
Oh.
It's like a biggest scam there is. The idea is great, the tech is great, but we just use it to scam each other. Like we're literally, it's like the biggest pyramid scheme, and we're all in it together. That's weird.
I never mess with Bitcoin. It wasn't worth it.
The house is lighting up again. What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Bright.
Back and better! Run! Run! What the fuck?
That's super weird.
Gardner, what?
What the hell?
Are you kidding me? Guys.
Why is it doing that? What? That's crazy.
The whole thing. I've never seen Casey run.
Damn. Making me think we're in a dome. That's crazy.
Scientists have now officially confirmed that some people can actually smell whenever the rain is coming. So their research found that these people can actually smell rain before it begins, thanks to the natural sense of smell responding to changes in the weather. If you're one of those people, can you please let me know? Now, this story is actually real. This Japanese engineer just created a night lamp that crawls and leads you to the toilet in the middle of the night. My only opinion is how slow this thing crawls. That is not practical at all. This new solar storm that's happening tonight could bring auroras further south over the US than they typically appear. So this solar storm that's happening tonight is actually pretty strong. They're labeling it a level 3 out of a scale of 1 to 5. And then for anybody's specific location, this is the predicted map of the aurora tonight, and wherever you see this red line is where it could be visible from. That's how far it can go. I give you these news roundups every day, so make sure you add me and come back to me tomorrow.
Did y'all see the aurora?
Have you remote viewed Antarctica yet?
Oh, I have. And that's where another remote viewer kicked me out. Like, he found me and I was like,
yeah, they don't mess around there.
They do not mess around there. I was sort of just, floating down this hallway, right, in my astral body. And then there was this really big, and the way that I see other remote viewers is it would be like an outline of a human body, but transparent, like kind of like a ghostly shape almost. Anyway, so he was really big and like tall and also wide, and he was floating down the hallway towards me. And I was confused because I've never seen another remote viewer. Like, I've never been seen before at that point. And so he looks at me and he goes like this, and he goes, and he kicks, like pushes me energetically way outside of the base. And all of a sudden, like, I'm now outside. And I was just confused. And so what I did was I cloaked myself, which essentially is putting like an invisibility cloak around your astral body. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, depends on their consciousness level. And I went back into the base. So I stepped in behind him. And with any remote viewer, you have a grounding cord. And that grounding cord leads the astral body back to the physical body. So what I did was I followed this guy's grounding cord down the hall, so behind him, and then I went into this tiny room, like we're talking very small room, and there was 2 men in military fatigues, and both of them in these military fatigues were like this. They were slumped over. And so in that moment, I realized, oh, these are their remote viewers. So they're sitting in the base physically, and then they're patrolling the base astrally. And that was my first experience learning that, okay, I got to be careful because I can't just go anywhere and do whatever I want.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm working on trying to figure out how to do this.
So nobody else is curious as to how the fuck it's almost Friday again already. Like, we're just going to keep denying that they've sped time up on us? Is that what we're going to do?
Like, how does Christmas come so quick? It comes and goes.
I have found the most unhinged paper of my entire life, and I love it. A research group published a proof of principle, essentially instructions, to make a biohybrid robot out of human parts. And yes, it would function very much like a dog. We'll talk about it. This thing is artificial skin made from human stem cells grown into real skin that could be used to clothe a robot. In addition to being really creepy, it would also give a robot the ability to heal and grow, just like we can. But we don't have to stop there. We can actually attach the skin to fabricated muscles. Now, we do know that AI is not very good at running soft robots, so you would need a brain organoid to operate it. These would probably not be a central brain organoid, but would have individual ones like ganglions along the body. Likely, it could report back to an AI core, a brain of sorts, that could help them organize. Those fleshy muscles would be connected to each other along with robotic components, and it would allow the robot to move together. Now, I know what you're thinking, I think. If it's made out of biological components, how does it eat? Well, they thought about that too. It would have a mouth for gas exchange, and that would go through the robotic system, which could disseminate things like oxygen to the muscles that need it. And then they designed a glucose drip that would go through its back so you can feed the system. And yes, it has waste too. All of these things have been constructed in individual papers. The next step would be to bring it together and make a biohybrid thing. But why human tissue exactly? Well, there's a good reason for that. Most all of the research and fabrication like this is done with human tissue. That's so that it can be applicable to medicine. If you wanted to start with mouse tissue, that would be a significant barrier to move to humans later. That's also why in research where they heal induced strokes in mice, they use human brains instead of mice brains. There are reasons that mice brains don't work as well as human brains, but ultimately it's more applicable when we get to humans. I love it, I hate it, I'm probably going to have nightmares.
This is one of the most important people alive right now. He's hacking evolution to create medical technology that sounds like science fiction. Let's talk about it. In the past decade, Dr. David Liu has helped to create not one, not two, but 3 separate DNA editing technologies that are safer and more efficient than previous tech. And his secret weapon is a technology called directed evolution. I've said many times before that proteins are just tools that cells use to do their jobs. But what if you needed to invent a completely new tool? One that would let a cell do something it normally wouldn't, like rewrite its own DNA in a way that you control. Well, there is already a way for new tools to develop. It's called evolution, and so far, I think it's done a pretty good job. But evolution is slow, like really slow. It creates organisms that are incrementally better at surviving than their ancestors over the course of hundreds of generations. But what actually is better for survival isn't something that you can just choose in advance. Evolution is essentially a series of happy accidents that take the form of random DNA mutations which turn out to be helpful. But because they're random, it's really difficult to predict which ones will happen, much less stick around. Directed evolution gives that natural process a big nudge in the right direction. Here's how it works. Firstly, you speed up time by using viruses, which reproduce much faster than human cells, allowing you to get through hundreds of generations in just a couple of days. Secondly, you create an environment in which those viruses can only reproduce if they possess that tool that you're looking for, even if that tool normally wouldn't help them survive in the wild. You're essentially creating a new set of selective pressures that are totally artificial. So it's like natural selection, only unnatural. Finally, you speed up the rate of happy accidents. If there are more DNA mutations happening per generation inside a box versus outside of it, then the things living inside that box will evolve faster, provided that the mutation rate isn't so high that you end up just killing them all. These conditions send evolution into warp drive and point it toward a specific goal that you can control. With directed evolution, you end up creating new molecular tools without having to go to the trouble of designing and troubleshooting them yourselves. You just push start on the machine and the viruses get to work evolving for you. David Liu's lab has used this technique to generate new proteins that are capable of editing DNA in extremely precise and specific ways that I think are going to change the field of medicine forever. A few days ago, David Liu won the Breakthrough Prize in Life Sciences. This prize is a huge win for the field of DNA editing and how it can be used to make better medicine.
What the heck? Man, they are celebrating something. That's a lot of demons.
Did vampires come from the Nephilim?
Well, vampires are real in the occult. Dracula is a more modern type of the literature that's going to hold the belief system and their history within it. So you have, Dracula, for example, as the son of a dragon. It goes back to Greek for drakont and drakonta, which means watcher, as in watcher angel. It's everywhere. People just don't recognize the links of it. And of course, the giants, both before and after the flood, and secret societies probably at the adept level even today, would drink blood. And they were drinking blood to extend their life after Genesis 6:3 shortened all lifespan to 120 years. And they also used it secondarily to provide additional cognitive abilities. And so they preyed on humans not only to eat them before the flood, but to drink their blood. And then after the flood, they had to do things a little bit more in secrecy, as they were needing humankind to survive because they had a fertility issue after the flood.
Interesting. I heard that one.
Why would they be like froze? Why didn't they just put them back in the water?
Huntington Beach.
Is that a trimmer?
Yeah,
What is
it's
it
blue
for?
already. You see that thing? That thing?
Cloverfield. Whatever it was huge. Like a whale almost. I think that might be AI. Just going on a limb.
Oh, semi just toppled. Semi just toppled. We are on the backside of the tornado. Here's the tornado right here. We are in the outer circulation.
Man, could you imagine risking your life? That semi truck got pulled.
Oh, there it is.
You just got sucked up.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Incredibly scary. Like these dudes, like.
On the ground, in sewer. There it is. All right, gang, and my radar meteorologist.
Making my adrenaline pump.
Huge tornado, quarter-mile wide, right in front of me. This is in Tennant, in southwest Iowa. Tornado emergency in effect. Tornado emergency. Seek shelter now.
You're crazy. I like you, but you're crazy.
I'd be like, man, my reverse is gonna work real quick. Oh, sheesh. That's wow. Beautiful.
Scientists have found a perfectly preserved dinosaur embryo inside of a fossilized egg. Wow.
That's cool. Avengers portal. Snap Thanos back out of here.
Astronomers are watching a supermassive black hole wake up. 300 million light years away in the constellation Virgo, there's a galaxy with a supermassive black hole at the center. This black hole, though, was dormant. It wasn't consuming any materials or any stars. It wasn't doing anything. And then in 2019, astronomers noticed that the area around the black hole got brighter, which is weird. And now last year, astronomers have observed regular bursts of X-rays coming from the area around this black hole. Suddenly, this is an active supermassive black hole. And this happens sometimes when a star gets too close to a dormant black hole and it eats it and kind of reignites, but there's no evidence that this black hole has consumed any stars. And the X-ray bursts are happening in regular intervals called quasi-periodic eruptions every 4.5 days, which is the largest interval between quasi-periodic eruptions ever observed. The blasts are 10 times longer and 10 times more luminous than other black holes with flares like this. But they don't know what caused this black hole to wake up, or why it's having these flares, or why the flares are so big, or why that interval is so long. We don't know. Let me know if you know. I don't know.
How would we know? Parallel universe. Everybody's getting that. Man, it's just so hard to have to recover from that, like clean. Shit ain't cheap. It's not cheap either. No. Oof. That's it. It was rough. What the?
You probably won't see anything like this, brother.
Oh wow.
It's a whole hoop on my head.
You gotta dump that shit!
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Damn, had to be ready for the Happy Meal toys. Damn. That's dedication.
I just realized why the Pope was nervous when these doors was opening. This face y'all see? This nervousness is for this person right here. That person is not human, y'all. That is not a human.
Like
I'm finna show y'all why that wasn't a human.
You see all down there? Bro, look at this hole in St. Louis, bro. This is crazy. Now this is beyond crazy. St. Louis is getting crazy. My homeboy said he hit this pothole the other day and he came out in Baden. No bullshit. I'm scared the motherfucker. Say what? I'm scared the motherfucker go down here. Look at this. Let me show you. Let me show y'all. Look at this. Look at this.
They didn't know this was gonna happen. So
they sitting there waiting.
They didn't know that it was gonna happen. So what if the court was really?
Dang, that's. I'm telling you, that's so scary. That's like my biggest fear. What?
Hey guys, so I know I'm not the only one that noticed this, but I slowed the video down and zoomed in, but look at her eye. Reptilian eye?
Man.
Look at
the AI software
transforms.
It changes
and then her
color.
side profile turns into a completely different person. Look right here.
Damn. That wasn't even Katy Perry.
Like, who's that right there?
Busted. Dang.
I slowed this down per
And those
second.
changes. Wow.
Watch again.
It's like the Mario 64, he's stretching the nose out and the face out. Look at the eye color
This is where I
difference.
zoomed in.
Ding dong! Ding dong! Ding dong!
Eyebrows changing everything.
Who's that right there?
That's crazy.
What? Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Filter or her reptilian coming out?
It's like your friends are like, nah, I swear I don't use a filter. Okay.
Oh, what's up, man? Yo. You trying to do some music? Yeah, why not? What kind of music do you do?
Pop rock, I sing.
You sing?
Yeah.
Are you good?
Hope so.
All right. We'll see, man. Pop rock is not my straight.
We'll vibe out.
Oh, I gotta do that.
Wake me if I'm dreaming, cause this life is too good. In New York City thinking about the way it should be, but it ain't, and that's perfectly okay. Everything's a blur, and now I'm feeling dizzy, and I try to carry on inside.
Okay.
So pretty, goddamn. Girl, you looking so fine. Yeah, no one wanna be your man. We just going through it. So we gon' say, screw it. Drink some red wine and just lose our minds in paradise.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another Bryce is Right. I hope y'all all have a great freaking week. And of course, yeah, stay positive, be positive. You know, we're in this together, so we'll make it out together. Other than that, y'all know what to do. Go ahead, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content. And leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know what's up. And we're trying to make that 100K, so please smash that subscribe button. Other than that, we will see y'all next time. Alright, y'all. Peace.
What is the 5 fingers say to the face?
What? Pocket sand. Yeah.